Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah. Thank you so much for being here. So today we're going to do an almost full face of my old school MAC stuff. MAC was my first job in the cosmetics industry, doing makeup on people. It holds a very special place in my heart, and you know, I haven't been there for a long time, about a year and a half, but still have a lot of the stuff that I acquired during my time there. I've bought some new things since leaving the company, but this is just what I'm doing, what I feel inspired to do today. So I've already done my skincare. There will be a couple items that aren't MAC, like mascara and lashes, just because after a year and a half mascara won't be good anymore, and the MAC lashes that I do own were limited edition, like special lashes from certain collections, so I don't feel like using them right now. So we're just going to have some fun and get into it. So to prime my skin, I'm going to use the Mineralize Time Check Lotion. I don't even know if this is made anymore, but it is beautiful. It's hydrating and kind of pore refining and just magic. So this is what it looks like. I'm just going to massage that into my skin. And if you can hear fans and everything in the background, I have no apologies. I live in Minnesota on the 3rd floor in my building, and it's like 100 degrees and really humid out, so this is just the way it's gonna go. Alright, so I don't have a liquid foundation to use because I did finish that Studio Fix fluid. In place of that, I'll be using my Studio Fix powder. So before I do that, I am going to do some concealing on my under eye. Even though it's going to be way too light for my blemishes, I'm still going to use it. This is the Studio Fix 24-Hour Smooth Wear Concealer. This is in the shade NC10 because I am pasty as hell. Same goes with this powder, NC10. So I'm going to apply this on the under eye and my blemishes. To blend it in, I'm going to use a 159 from MAC. It's just this nice duo fiber brush. I love this brush. You can do your entire complexion with just this one for your liquids, creams, powders, all of it. You just wipe it off in between steps and it's amazing. I'm also going to work that concealer onto my lids. Alright, so then to set the under eye concealer, rather than just using that powder foundation, I am going to use the Emphasize powder, their Pro Shaping powder. I have some in the Z palette here, so it's kind of this white looking powder right here. I picked it up at my local freestanding store in the Mall of America. And to apply it, I'm just going to use this cheap brush from BH Cosmetics. To apply the powder foundation, I am going to use the, let's see here, the 109 from MAC. So literally I'm just picking up a bunch of the powder, which I have severely hit pan. This is my favorite face powder. And then I just start buffing this on. And this provides such a beautiful finish. And just amazing coverage, and once you hit it with setting spray at the very end, it doesn't even look powdery or anything. It just melts beautifully. And I don't like using this powder to set my under eye concealer anymore. It just gets kind of heavy and ends up creasing prematurely. That's why I chose to use Emphasize. I'm just kind of building it up where I feel like I want more. One of the things I love most about this powder, because it is a ride or die, it is my non-negotiable. This is always, always, always in my purse. If I'm going out, there is always a place for this. It is never a question as to, well, what do I want to bring today? This is always with, because when I need to touch up, it's available. I might apply it with a brush now, but it does have a space on the bottom underneath that pan of powder for a sponge to sit, so if I need to touch up, because stuff wears down, I had to blow my nose and my foundation came off, I can just touch it up with this. This doesn't let me down. Like, I broke my first one, I fixed it, it ended up busting again, and the very next day I just went out and bought another one. That is my love for this product. It is unwavering. There has yet to be another brand that puts out a face powder that matches my skin like this one does, that performs the way this one does, so it will just always ride with me. So that is the beginning of complexion. Now I'm going to add a little bit of shape, kind of contour a smidge. So I'm going to use a blush as well as a shaping powder from MAC. So on top we have the blush in the color Taupe, and then their shaping powder in the color Sculpt. So I'm just going to mix those two on a brush from their Fruity Juicy collection. I don't even know what number this is. It's totally rubbed off along with most of the pattern, but it's a nice brush. I love it. It's a like duo-sided, so one's like natural and synthetic. I don't know what's what, nor do I care. So I'm just going to apply these powders more like bronzer. And just a really light wash application. Because when you're in NC10, you cannot go heavy with that bronzer without looking like a Cheeto or like you're wearing a bronzer helmet. This brush is just another one that I've loved. I really covet those MAC brushes too. They are some of my favorites. I still love a lot of stuff from Sigma, and I've been getting to know the Sephora Pro brushes while I've been working there, but MAC brushes have just always special to me. So it's a very soft application. As I mentioned, I did not want anything heavy. Now the heavy stuff comes when I move on to my blush and highlight and all of that fun stuff. For blush, I'm going to use this one right here. This is their Telling Glow Extra Dimension blush. Really pretty. It does not look this orange on the skin. Don't let the color fool you. And to apply it, I am going to go in with a 168 brush. So just a couple of touches. It picks up a good amount of product, tapping off excess. And then I'm going to slowly build that by kind of pressing it in. And it builds up really nicely. And now we're going to really go ham with some other stuff on top of it. So I have a couple of blush toppers, or like beauty powders if you will. So the first one is this pink color right here. This is called Pearl Blossom. I think this is from like their Flamingo Park collection from forever ago. Mine has all kinds of bumps and lumps on the pan. I don't care because it still works. Same 168 brush. Just gonna add extra dimension to this. And then another beauty powder. This is from the Trolls collection. This is called Play It Proper. It's just a paler pink. And again, just a little. Because that's not all. So next we're going to do some highlight. I have to find a clean brush to use. We use this blush brush from e.l.f. $3 at Target, you can't beat it. And we're going to use Extra Dimension Skin Finish Highlighter in the color Soft Frost. It's like this purpley, really beautiful, iridescent feel. And I thought next to like that kind of peachy orangey Telling Glow blush, this would be really phenomenal. Alright, so that's complexion. It's quick, it's easy, it's just powder, so it's going to be that easy. I don't have any Fix Plus to use from MAC, so I will be using the Urban Decay Chill Setting Spray. Alright, so now that spray has dried down, my skin looks like skin, very glowy, I love it. I don't feel powdery, I don't feel heavy. This is something that I like doing in the summertime as well. So moving on to brows. My brows have grown in a lot over the last couple of years. I've managed to keep my hands off of them and not pull them out so much. And they're looking a lot better, but they have a long ways to go. So we're going to help them. I am going to use an eyeshadow to fill them in. And I'm gonna use one from this palette here. I just have to make sure I'm getting copper plate and not something else. Yeah. So copper plate is like this really gray tone right here. It will turn kind of brown against my skin. It's just the nature of it. So don't worry, it's not gonna look too wonky with the 5,000 shades of blonde and brown in my hair. I'm gonna use the number 12 brush from Anastasia. I don't have any brow pencils from MAC that I can use right now. As well, this just is the best color for me. I also don't have a brow brush from MAC that I really love. They make their 208, which is a nice brush. However, it is not firm enough and it doesn't have a spoolie on the end. What a perfect color. It matches my natural brow hair color really, really well. I don't know what the sorcery is behind this copper plate, and I really don't know why they would discontinue a color that works so freaking well as a brow powder. But here we are. Alright, so it's basic for brows. We don't need anything special. But, oh, this color. I hope they bring it back so more people can take advantage of how glorious it is. So, for eyeshadow, I am going to take Blanc type right here, and I'm just going to grab it on any fluffy brush that is available. The Pro Drawing Blending number 42 from Sephora. That'll do. It's just big, it's fluffy. I'm going to pick up a bunch of Blanc type. I'm just going to use this to set my concealer on my lids. I never did that earlier on purpose. I wanted to save that for eyeshadow. So going back to that 159. And you'll notice, even on my almost 34-year-old eyelids, that concealer didn't really crease. I'm impressed. So just a light layer of Blanc type all over, so there's nothing tacky when I decide to go in with any other tones. Decisions. Where to begin? Because I've got this Z palette right here that has like 26 shadows, one of them's missing. And then in this palette here, we have another Z palette that has a bunch of MAC shadows. These two are Urban Decay, but the rest of them are all MAC. This is actually like a Pro shadow? What kind? I don't even know. It's called Always Sunny. I think I bought it in Minneapolis. No, it's either there or Mall of America. Regardless, I love this collection. I just have to decide what kind of look I want. I think I'm going to keep it really basic, kind of more old school. So I want to start with, let's see here. I'm going to start with Soft Brown on a 286 from MAC. I'm going to just work that into the crease. The 286 is a really nice small blending brush that is a dual fiber. And it just gives you the softest application. Moving on to a different brush. I'm grabbing a 217 from MAC. And again, deciding what direction to take this. Damn, there's so many good choices. I'm trying to decide. You know, soft brown is still a little bit warm, but still nice and neutral. I think I'm going to go in with this color right here, and that is Ho. H-A-U-X. Hopes, Ho, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to be relocating it to where it'll fit better. Alright. Just taking the color Ho or Hopes on that 217. I'm going to put that through the crease as well. cool it down, add more depth. I'm also going to take that same Ho color on the 217 and use it on the bottom lash line. Kind of connect it. And then back in with that 286 with no additional product. I'm just going to keep blending, keeping everything soft. I'm going to take a 221 from MAC. I'm going to take this purple right here. That is called, what is the name of it? I haven't looked at these in ages. That is called Fig 1. I think that may have been discontinued. I think a handful of these have been. Anything that I could get my hands on that I knew was getting discontinued while I was there, I bought. Copper Plate was the for sure. Copper Plate I saw one of the Chapman sisters from Pixie Woo using, and I loved the way it looked. I'm like, well, I work for Max, so I guess I should go buy that color. And I'm so happy I did. I mean, these brows, it's a beautiful natural color. So with Fig 1 on that 221, I'm going to start by placing it on the outer corner. I'm going to take some of it through the crease as well as on that bottom lash line. So 286, we're going to blend those edges again. In that inner corner where it got skippy. That'll just soften it right out. You won't even know that it happened. Just the lightest touch softens that right up. What goes on the lid is the next question. So I want to use something kind of shimmery after all of these mattes. I think I'm going to go in with the Stars and Rockets color right here. Can you believe I hit pan on that? I did use it for a Halloween look though, so that's part of why it happened, because I was using a lot of it all at once. But for now, I'm just going to pick it up on a 242. I'm going to use it dry to begin. I might bring some setting spray to the party. We'll see how I can build it up. I just love kind of the iridescence that this has. And it plays really nice with the highlight on the cheek. Taking the 221 and just blending over the edge of that. Middle here. One fade into the other. Well, I think that's going to be it for like eyeshadows. Actually, I'm going to do a little bit of a white eyeshadow on my brow bone because I don't want to do like a shimmer. So I'm going to use this one. I believe this is Gesso or Gesso or Gesso, G-E-S-S-O. So I'm just going to pick that up on this flat synthetic brush from Sephora. They don't even make this brush anymore. I do want to add one more thing to my lid though, and I am going to pick up some of that soft frost with a finger and just kind of try and press it on and see if we can add some additional dimension. Oh, it lightened it up a little. That's kind of pretty. We'll leave it at that for the lids in this realm of things. So moving on, I am going to do some wing eyeliner, and I'm going to use Black Track Fluid Line from MAC. I keep it soft by adding Inglot Duraline to this. It just brings it right back to life. To apply, I'm going to use a 263 from MAC. This is a synthetic. The 266 is the natural hair. Both of them are great brushes. I think you can only get the 263 now since they switched over to all synthetic. It's been a very long time since I've done a wing with a brush like this. I've been so used to using liquid pens. But here we go. Alright, so we did one wing successfully. Now, the real challenge is repeating this on the other side. Alright, so I'm back. The wings look pretty darn good. I'm going to apply some of that same Black Track fluid line to the tight line, just so that there's no like bare skin peeking through the lashes. Because, you know, go big or go home, right? I planned on using a twist-up pencil, but I just found out that it ran out. Alright, so I don't know what all got recorded because my memory card filled up, so I had to pause and deal with that. But I took some of that Black Track food line and put it on the tight line on top. For the bottom waterline, we're going to do a little pop of color in the form of a liner here. This is the chromographic pencil in Marine Ultra, so it's just this really nice blue, kind of true blue. So I'm just going to put that in my bottom waterline. That's pretty. Just kind of elevates the look. Alright, and then I'm going to do some mascara and fake eyelashes. For mascara, I'm just going to use the Damn Girl from Too Faced. As I mentioned in the beginning, I don't own any more MAC mascaras. But when I did use mascara from MAC, I did have a couple of favorites. So the In Extreme Dimension was one of the best, whether it was the regular or the waterproof. I loved that mascara. It worked so well on my lashes. And then, of course, the Extended Play Giga Black Lash. For bottom lash line, it was magic. The only reason I bought it was, you know, because of Jaclyn Hill. And primarily on the top, it's just to get them dark so that they blend in with the fake lashes better. There's no need to really load up the product because it won't make a difference. And for fake lashes, I was trying to decide between some Ardell 113s or these lashes from Kiss. I'm still undecided. I think I'm going to do the Kiss lashes just because they're a little bit softer. And, you know, this look is bold, but it's not that bold. So these are the style Pixie 02. I got this pack for $5.99 at Burlington, I think. It's whatever was handy. You know, you don't need an expensive lash. MAC lashes are gorgeous, but they're expensive. Now, if I had a MAC lash to use, if it was up to me, I would be using the 48s because they are really, really pretty. But I don't want to go and spend $17 on lashes for one video. Not my thing. I'm going to pick the adhesive off. Stand by. MAC never had their own brand of adhesive. They just used Duo, the original one that starts out white and dries clear. I don't use Duo anymore at all. I started having reactions to it, minor ones, but that was enough for me to move on to the next thing. So my tried and true ride or die, nothing wows me as much as the House of Lashes. I use the one that dries dark when I'm doing a look like this. Alright, so Revlon tweezers, Kiss lashes with House of Lashes adhesive. Alright, and I lied about being done with the eyes. There's one final thing I want to do. I want to go back into Soft Frost and just use some of this on the very inner corner as a highlight. So, to apply it, I am going to use this tiny little pencil brush from BH Cosmetics. They don't even have a name on it. It barely has the words BH Cosmetics on it anymore. But I want to buff some of this to my inner corner. Final step is my 3 product lip. So to begin, I'm going to be using an oldie but a goodie, the traditional lip liner in Strip Down. I'm going to line my lips, and I have not decided if I'm going to fill them in with it. I probably will. So that's just the Strip Down. Very pretty. Plays well with the look because it's neutral, but it's browny, so it kind of contrasts with these cool purple tones. To top that, I'm going to use a lipstick in the color I'm not sure what collection it was from. It is an Amplified Creme formula. But then to finish it, we are going to top it with some gloss. We're using the lip gloss in Oyster Girl. This is a classic, and it's just this beautiful, soft, pinky, iridescent moment. And it will play really well with the rest of the iridescence happening on my face. I'm mostly focusing that on the center. And then the very final step, since I also don't have a setting, like a brow setting gel from MAC, I'm just going to use some Gimme Brow in the shade number 2. And that's the look. That is my almost full face of MAC. Complexion is totally MAC. Eyes, with the exception of mascara and lashes. So yeah, this is it. This is what I love doing. Their products, like I'm so diehard for their stuff. Like if you saw my pigment video and glitter video, you saw that the majority of what I have with those loose products did come from MAC. They just work, and they work really well, and they last for forever, and there's a lot of beautiful glitters on the market, but only MAC does them best. So thank you so much for coming by and sticking with me through this video. And if there's anything you'd like to see me do, any kind of look or a brand or something, leave that in the comments down below. And I think that's all I have. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe. Your support means the world to me. And that's all I've got. So I will see you in my next video. Bye!